Welcome to Snipisode 3 of the Daily Dose of DMC podcast. Today is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023, and I am your host, HK. Good morning to all you lovely people out there, and I really appreciate you tuning in to Snipisode number 3 of the Daily Dose of DMC podcast. And today, this morning, I want to talk to you guys about gratitude. Yeah, if you've listened to the last 2 episodes, you know it's something that's very near and dear to me. But at the same time, I mean, it's something that I've had to learn over the past couple of years as well to ingrain into my life. And my wife and I, we find extremely important. It's something that, you know, we want to pass on to our children, ingrain in them as well. And that being said, when I was going through my notes over the past couple of weeks, looking to what I include, what I take out, what I want to touch on, and I just thought to myself, you know, in these 5 to 10 minute Snipisodes, I just want to spur some thought about topics, and it all revolves around, you know, dedication, motivation, and commitment, and how we can transition our brain to more positive mindset. So just saying that, I put down a couple bullet points, and then I just want to cover the introduction, you know, what the definition of gratitude is. From there, we'll slide into the science of gratitude, how it affects our brain. That's what, you know, this podcast is all about. And then we'll talk about practicing gratitude, things I do, things you could potentially do. Then I thought about, you know, the overcoming challenges to gratitude, things that we face in our daily lives to that. And then we'll just kind of close from there and see how much time is left. So that being said, let's just jump straight into the content here, starting off with the dictionary definition of what gratitude is. So go ahead, Google that, look it up. But I'll tell you right now, it's the quality of being thankful. It's the readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. That's it. That's the dictionary definition. So gratitude is just, you know, it's a feeling of appreciation or thankfulness, for something that you've either received or that you've given. It's recognizing the value of that something, and also the, you know, your willingness to acknowledge that. That's all it is. So very straightforward, but just to spur some thought there. And similar to what we talked about yesterday, you'll probably see some overlaps, in yesterday's Snipisode of a positive mindset. The benefits of gratitude, there are several studies, you know my viewpoint on studies, but they're linked to a number of positive outcomes, which include increased well-being, improved relationships, better physical health. It can help you cope with stress and adversity, and it can even lead to increased success and achievement. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But before we dive into the science of gratitude, I also just want to say that I believe that it's more than just a cultural construct. I think gratitude has profound roots in our evolutionary heritage as humans, in our brains, in our DNA, how we develop as children, even in the animal world, So there's experts and scientists that say, you know, animals like fish and birds, they engage in what's called reciprocal altruism, which is a behavior where one animal performs to help another member of its species, even at the expense of themselves, because they recognize the fact that even at some instinctive level, that the other individual will repay that favor at a later point. So I mean that's just fascinating to me. That also animals do that. So that is what we're talking about today. In this session this morning. Spurring some thought. So let's jump right into the science of gratitude. I'm going to touch 2 points here. How gratitude affects our brains, and also that link between gratitude and well-being, the points that I just mentioned in regards to our well-being. But before I go into that, I also want to point out that, you know, there are psychologists, you can do some research on this, and I think it's just important to kind of note, and I think there's, you know, we don't think about these things on a day-to-day basis. So there are psychologists that say they categorize gratitude into 3 further types. So 1, gratitude as an affective trait, which means, you know, you have the overall tendency to have a grateful disposition. You're just a grateful person. And there's a couple people I know that are like that. You may know somebody like that. Then the second one is a mood. Gratitude as a mood, which is basically the daily fluctuation in your overall gratitude. Goes up and down. And thirdly, as an emotion, which is more of a temporary feeling of gratitude. That you may feel, you know, after receiving a gift or a favor from someone, or vice versa. So those are kind of the 3 subtypes. So, you know, think about those as well, as an affective trait, a mood, and emotion. Nonetheless, let's jump into, you know, how gratitude affects our brain. There's lots of research that shows that has shown that gratitude, it activates our brain's reward center. Yeah, it's it leads to the sense of pleasure and satisfaction. Yeah, and when these studies show that there's increased activity in our hypothalamus. Yeah, it's a structure deep within our brain. It's kind of just look at a picture on Google. What it does, it's kind of like an intelligent control and coordination center. Yeah, and it basically kind of controls our hormones, and what it does, it's involved in releasing dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter that plays a very important role in kind of our reward and pleasure and our overall well-being. And that's how gratitude affects the brain. Yeah, so it releases that dopamine, and it just makes us feel good. Yeah, and it has a lot of effects on both our mental, physical, and physiological well-being. Yeah, so that being said, let's slide right into the link between gratitude and well-being, kind of the points I mentioned above. Yeah, because there are several benefits. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like increased happiness, improved mental and physical health, greater resilience, and so forth. And I also believe, and I have to talk from self-experience. It's kind of, it leads. I'm not a person that sleeps a lot, but it's led to a much better, improved my sleep quality as well. And I think that's also that some studies show that if you do some research online and whatnot. But it also leads to a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life. Yeah. So when we talk about happiness, yeah, and gratitude just leads to happiness and positive emotions, yeah, because it helps you focus on the good things in your life, the people and experiences that bring you joy, rather than dwelling on the negative thoughts over and over again, yeah. So that leads to improved mental health, yeah. So it reduces your levels of depression and anxiety and stress. It shifts your mood away, yeah, from those negative thoughts and emotions, and more towards positive ones, yeah. So that's it. It's just a win-win situation for your head. Also, your physical health, yeah. There is some research that shows that if you're a grateful person and you have you show a lot of gratitude, that you have a better physical. Overall physical health, yeah. So even including like an improved immune function, lower blood pressure, reduced risk of heart disease. And there's a lot of stuff out there, and a lot of things you can do that from exercise and whatnot that also have similar effects. But gratitude is also a big part of that. Yeah, it helps reduce stress, and stress is something which is known to have negative effects on physical health. And I talk from personal experience, and in my professional life, and even in personal life, yeah, for all of us, that stress can really have negative effects, yeah, both physically and mentally, and gratitude helps take that away. Yeah, so overall better physical health. It also helps you develop greater resilience. Yeah, gratitude it gives you the ability to cope with adversity. Yeah, helps you bounce back from difficult situations. Yeah, because again, you focus on the positive aspects of your life, and you try to find meaning and purpose even when things are difficult. Yeah, and that to me is fascinating. Yeah, so overall, gratitude just has the potential to improve our well-being. That's all I want to say with this. Yeah, and cultivating that sense of gratitude helps you maintain good mental and physical health. Yeah. So my third point that I had on my list, because as time is slipping away, is practicing gratitude. Yeah. I love blogging. Or I used to blog a lot, especially online, but I do a lot of journaling, and this is something that also our oldest son does now. He keeps a gratitude journal. Yeah, so that's my first point, journaling. So one way that you can also practice gratitude is to keep, a gratitude journal. Yeah, write down things you're grateful for. Like, don't just say, okay, yeah, I'm grateful for this, but actually take the time, think about it, write down the whys, cultivate that sense of appreciation, for the positive things in your life. And you'll see over time, as you dwell more and more on these things, it will lead to an increased well-being. Yeah. Secondly, saying thank you. Yeah, and you can do that, by simply expressing it to others. You can say thank you just to yourself. I mean, not to yourself in regards to who you are, but I mean just when you're going on a walk, when you're in the car. That's what I do. Yeah, I say thank you. I actually do every single day. Yeah, I have a list of 5 things that I kind of work through, that I focus on, that I'm grateful for, Yeah. And when I really feel that one of those things has been, completed, let's put it that way in my life, then I put something in its place, at the bottom of that list, and everything kind of moves up. Yeah. So, but what you can do that, by yourself. You can do it by expressing it to somebody else, in person, through a note, through a message. It can help you bond, strengthen relationships, build a sense of connection. But that also helps, develop gratitude in you. And then thirdly, I'm just going to call it out there, performing acts of kindness. Yeah. You can express it through actions. Yes, it's kindness for others. It can be the simple things like, holding the door for someone and smiling. It can be volunteering your time to help those in need, whatever it may be. It can just be, if you're seeing somebody who's in need, go buy them a sandwich, have a quick conversation with them. Yeah, no matter what they may seem like. Yeah, we're all humans. We all have a story, and just performing a random act of kindness sometimes goes a long way, both for that person and for you, for yourself. Yeah, so those are 3 things in regards to practicing gratitude. Next thing, let's jump into point number 4, is overcoming challenges to gratitude. Yeah, I've got 3 points here. First off, negative thoughts and emotions. Yeah, it can be very difficult to practice gratitude when you have negative emotions such as anger, sadness, frustration. Yeah, but if you focus on the positive, you can help yourself shift away, your perspective from the negative, and improve your overall well-being. Yeah, and we're going to go over a little bit over time here, but I just, this is important to me. It can be difficult to practice gratitude. Yeah, at times. Yeah, and I just quickly noted down 5 strategies that you can do to help you overcome that. Yeah, and cultivate that sense of gratitude. So first of all, is just acknowledge and validate your emotions. Yeah, especially men. It's important to recognize and just accept your negative emotions. Yeah, rather than to suppress or ignore them. And I know friends, I know family members who've done that. I've done it. Yeah, but in order to allow yourself to feel free, you got to express your emotions, and try and doing it in a healthy way. Talk to a friend, write in a journal. There's lots of ways to do that, but just acknowledge and validate your emotions, even if they're negative. Secondly, practice mindfulness. Yeah, mindfulness just means bringing attention to the present moment and accepting your thoughts and your feelings, without judgment. This will definitely help reduce negative thinking and increase your gratitude, because it'll help you focus on the present moment and the things you have, rather than dwelling on the negative thoughts and negative emotions that always come. So being very mindful, that's the second point. Third thing is use positive reframing. Yeah, so we often, our negative thoughts typically involve us seeing things in a negative light. Yeah, focusing on the worst possible outcome. Yeah, but positive reframing is basically looking at things from a different perspective. Yeah, something I love doing from an operational standpoint, and finding the positive aspects of a situation. Yeah, so instead of something like I can't do anything right, you just need to rethink and say I'm still learning and improving. Yeah, you catch that? The difference in just reframing that sentence using just using simple words. Yeah, I can't do anything right versus I'm still learning and improving. Yeah, and this is what we try to instill in our children as well. Number 4 is practice gratitude regularly. This is so important. This is something that it needed to click in my head as well. Yeah, if you regularly express gratitude and focus on the things you're grateful for, it can help you shift your perspective, and it really starts reducing your negative thinking. Yeah, through journaling, through expressing gratitude to others regularly, you just cultivate that sense of appreciation. And ultimately, if you're still struggling, then seek support. Yeah, if you're still struggling with negative thoughts and emotions, seek support. Either from someone you really trust, a family member, a positive friend. Potentially a health professional. Yeah, there's no shame in that. Yeah, they can provide you with tools, resources to work through those negative thoughts and emotions, and help you cultivate that sense of gratitude. Yeah, so those are kind of those 5 strategies around negative thoughts and emotions, and how you can overcome that. Yeah, that's the first point. Two more points. Whoa, and we're really running over time this morning, but I just want to cover this as well. Is secondly is comparing yourself to others. Yeah, this is This is such a big one, in our society today, especially with all the social media and whatnot. But it can really be challenging to cultivate gratitude, especially when you're comparing yourself to others and you're focusing on what you lack rather than what you have. Seeing in social media, oh my gosh, this and that and there and that. That's going to lead to a lot of negativity. And it's just helpful. Remind yourself of the things that you do have, the people, the experiences that bring you joy. And just stop comparing yourself to others. Ultimately, life is about being a better version of you each and every day, and that's what this is all about. And I really encourage you to seek after that, and really to forget about comparing yourself to other people. And just really focus on what you have versus what you don't have. Lastly, third point, difficulty finding things to be grateful for. That is also a tough one, because many people just sit there, and you just have negative thoughts all the time, and you don't know what to be thankful for. So, and I get that. It can be difficult to find things sometimes, especially when you're going through difficult times. I mean, the last couple of years have been difficult for many people. I've talked to a lot of people over the past couple of years, last 2 years especially, who look at life this way, but they've chewed through it, and in these situations it can be really helpful just to what you got to do is you got to focus on the small everyday things that bring you joy. Like a warm cup of coffee in the morning, or a comfortable bed to sleep in at night. Just those small things. Start looking for those small things in your life. That's what you got to do to overcome that negative aspect of what you're actually focusing on, and to move to more of a gratitude mindset. So that's what we want to cover on today. Holy cow, we're like almost 7 minutes already over. But just to conclude, so the importance of cultivating gratitude in your daily life, and I really hope you take this away today, is it's a powerful emotion that can have a significant impact on your well-being, on your relationships, and by practicing it on a daily basis, you can improve your overall sense of happiness and contentment, just the way I've learned over the past couple of years. To be thankful for where I am, for what I've done. I've gone through, you'll get to know me over the next Snipisodes. I'll be telling you some stories and whatnot, but that's the most important thing. Just cultivating gratitude in your daily life. Create that happiness and contentment. And secondly, just to keep in mind, your potential for gratitude and your well-being in your relationship. Improving your well-being, like I mentioned, a couple examples. Your relationships can help you cope with the stress, and puts you in an overall better mental and physical state. And stronger relationships with others. So that being said, this morning, gratitude, I want you guys to think about that. Start with the small things right now. As soon as this podcast is done, please just take the time. Take 2 minutes, 120 seconds, and just think of 3 things in your mind, in your mind's eye, that you're thankful for at this very moment. Whatever that may be, just 3 things, And then what I want you to do is I want you to start building on that, Every couple of hours, keep repeating that today, and just start focusing in your mind on that, okay? So that being said, guys, stay dedicated, stay motivated, committed all day, every day.